Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CSL. That we're live streaming this morning. For those of you who are at home watching, we say Happy New Year to you. And with us this morning are Terry O'Hara on piano. Christina Brewer is our soloist. On platform with me is Laura Bentel. She's our practitioner in training. We're very excited about that. And we will proceed now with an opening prayer from Laura.
Good morning, CSL Tacoma, and all those who are watching at home or wherever you are today. Just please close your eyes if you care to, and know that as you take a deep breath, that right now we are all one. I am one with my higher power. I am one with the creative universe, knowing that the words spoken today are of love and compassion, and may they bring harmony to you. Know that right now that your DNA, your divine nature attributes are of God today, knowing that you are here to be one with all. I am so very grateful for this opportunity to be with each and every one of you, to share and to listen and to learn from Reverend Francis, Reverend Matthew, and the beautiful words that are sung and the playing. Know that it is good, and I'm very grateful for that. And with these words, I send them out to the beautiful universe, knowing that they will not come back void, knowing that the sweet spirit is right now within each and every one of you. So thank you, sweet spirit. Thank you, thank you. And with that I say, and so it is. Namaste.
Good morning, CSL Tacoma.
Good morning.
Let the rain be gone. Actually, the rain is beautiful and it's important and it makes everything green and we still love it. But still. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Wow, that was
Good morning.
robust. We're awake now. So, announcements. We have three things going on in January that I want to call, actually four, that I want to call your attention to. And I'm going to ask Matthew to come up and talk about his meditation practice class. But we are postponing the 7 laws of spiritual success. If you saw that on 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 the web, to a little later in the spring, and we are going to postpone Beyond Limits, which is our foundational class, because our home office is revising the curriculum. So we'd like to offer the new curriculum a little later in this quarter. So it'll be possibly in February or March. And so there, what we have is a Making Space meditation practice class that Matthew's going to teach. We have a new class that is on the website. You can go to csltacoma.org and register via PayPal. It's a longer version of this wonderful workshop that Bev did for us December 28th and 29th. And it really needs more time. And so she's offered to do a class starting Tuesday evening, January 19th, for 4 weeks. It's called Possibilities 2021, and it's based on the same book by Rosa Stone and Benjamin Zander called The Art of Possibility. So we invite you to register for that. If you register by next Sunday, it's discounted by $25 to $75 for a 4-week 2.5 hour class for 4 weeks, and I think you'll really enjoy it. I just finished the one that was the 28th and 29th. It was very profound, and the book is great as well. So on January 22nd, that's a Friday night, Linda Jochimson, who's a practitioner emeritus with us, but she lives in California, is offering art meditation. I think I've mentioned that she created a whole line of jewelry through meditation practices of treatment. So she'll be doing treatment, and you bring your own art supplies and paper, and for an hour and a half you will create a masterpiece. And so it's just another way to meditate that you may not have explored before. On Sunday, January 24th, is our annual membership meeting. If you're not a member and want to join the church, I just talk to me and I'll sign you up. And it's going to be a Zoom meeting because there's so many of us, we couldn't all fit together with the guidelines. So it will be at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, January 24th. And I hope that's not a major football game. You can't, all I see are football games lately. But anyway, we also have a Vista convention for our whole movement, February 15th through 18th, and 10 of us have signed up to attend that virtually. So, and you can still sign up. You can go online just to csl.org, and there's a special block that says Vista that'll come up. And it's going to be offered from 4 different sites with lots of speakers and workshops and great music. In fact, the Tuesday night part of it is going to be all music. So anyway, invite you to take advantage of these opportunities and come up and tell us about making space. You know, we did a survey of the congregation. They all said they wanted more meditation. So in response to that, we offered this practice class with Matthew, and he's a master meditator. So come on up and tell us about the class.
Wednesday evening, starting at 6:30 for an hour, we're going to be doing meditation for 6 weeks. It's $50 for 6 weeks. And it's really nice to have it midweek because it's usually the time where we're kind of stressed out. We get back to work or whatever. And it's really nice to have that dedicated hour. Right now, we just have 2 people who signed up. So if anybody's interested, jump online and you'll see it right there. You can pay through PayPal. Again, it's just an hour, Wednesday evenings. And we're going to go through all kinds of different meditations, combination of guided with silent meditation, with visioning. And it's a really rich experience. Was quite successful last time. And I think that's about all I have to say. So feel free to join. Thank you.
So, we want you to make meditation part of your practice in 2021. And this is a great way to do it because it's about finding the thing that works for you. And by experimenting with a lot of different forms of meditation, you can find out what that is. So, now we invite Christina Brewer back up to do this beautiful song from Lauren Daigle, a new vocalist we've discovered, called Look Up, Child. And we've been talking about the power of looking up. So here's a song about it.
Are you now when darkness seems to win? Where are you now when the world is crumbling? Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Where are you now when all I feel is doubt? Where are you now when I can't figure it out? Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Look up, child. Hey, look up, child. You're not threatened by the war. You're not shaken by the storm. I know that you're in control. Even in our suffering, even when it can't be seen, I know that you're in control. I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Look up, child. Look up, child. Look up, child. Oh, I hear you. I hear you calling my name, calling my name. Look up, child. Look up, child. I hear you calling my name, calling my name. Look up, child.
Thank you so much. Oh. So today we start a new series for the month called Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. It's the cover of the January Science of Mind magazine. And I often remember that story about Ernest Holmes growing up in Maine, and he recalls attending church where there was this fiery hell and brimstone preacher who would tell them they were all going to hell if they weren't saved and all this stuff. And so after church, Ernest Holmes' father would, I don't know whether they were in some sort of carriage, because this was before automobiles when he would have been a young boy, but he would pull over on the side of the road and he would say to Ernest, "That is not the truth about you. Those are all lies." I hope you are not going home and pulling over to the side of the road. Saying, Reverend Francis speaks all lies. But anyway, he became nicknamed the eternal question mark. The eternal question mark. And it was really on discovering Emerson at his older brother's house on his coffee table that opened him up to what he called his great idea. And so his great idea was this. He said there are threads of truth that run through science, philosophy, and religion, and I am going to find those universal threads and write a philosophy. And that's how the science of mind was born, from his search to find all those truths. And his extensive reading and questioning. And he was friends with Albert Einstein and had an Institute of Religious Science in Los Angeles in which he would invite intellectuals of the day to lecture and speak. Anyway, so we're very fortunate to have had this man live and create this philosophy that he thought would die out. Actually, he never thought it would last. In fact, he said, we're just open at the top. We need to be open at the top for new revelations that are constantly coming in, new discoveries in science and everything. But so far, I haven't found anything that's as great as a tool as a science of mind for transforming your life. So Mike Dooley, who writes Notes for the Universe, from the Universe, says reality is that you're not weak and dream of becoming strong, poor and dream of becoming rich, alone and dream of becoming connected, but that you're already strong, already rich, already connected, yet at times you dream you are not. And I love that quote from Notes from the Universe, and I thought it would fit nicely with our discussion today, and which is oneness as timeless vision. It's an idea that we talk about. It's one of the core concepts that we teach here, but I think it can be one of the most elusive principles in life. So what is oneness? Just imagine that you're the whole universe and that you live in total joy and bliss, and imagine that there's no real past or future, just no space or time, just an unbounded eternity. And this would be oneness. Unfortunately, we can never imagine it fully because to experience anything, we need to compare it to something else, which immediately brings us into duality. Oneness, by definition, is incomparable. So, is it possible to know oneness? Yes, but only by direct experience when we go beyond the mind, the intellect, and the ego. Oneness is the coming together of all the opposites. It's always with us as the basis and underlying essence of just everything. So we've had random glimpses of it, probably. Perhaps you were watching a beautiful sunset and had a moment when you felt like you merged with the whole of creation. I know Larry's back there and he loves to take pictures of sunrises and sunsets, so I bet he's felt that as he's done photography. So we can have a direct experience of oneness through meditation, which provides a pathway where our awareness begins to settle down to quieter levels of thinking until we transcend our thoughts, the busyness of our minds. Deepak Chopra has told us that every single thing is an aspect of the one field of consciousness. So I think about light when I think about oneness, and the light always returns to us and we to it. And yet, how many of us feel connected to that a majority of the time? We may have leave the center after a fabulous music and a stimulating talk and feel like we're walking on a cloud and that we can move mountains, and then someone cuts us off in traffic or we get into an argument with a friend or scary news from a doctor and or our financial advisor, and separation stares us right in the face again. So I want to delve a little deeper today into the truth about oneness and look at our experiences in separation, not only in our lives, but society, our world. And there is a lot of experiences of separation. In the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes says the arbitrary process of evolution ceased when human beings became individuals, and any further evolution will be through self-recognition. But back of the human being is the whole of life that is surging to express itself. And this is known as the divine urge. It's that omniscient I am of us that is in each one of us, always pushing on and up. But it can only express for us as it flows through us. So, but that's not what most of our experiences are here on earth. So many times it feels like we're taking one step forward and two steps back. How do we connect with that one power and allow it to flow through us so we can experience more often the I am, or our oneness with God? We talk about and pray to a higher power that sometimes we may feel like it's far away or somewhere out there, as that song says, as if it's making decisions for us or denying us, or deeming us unworthy. And many of us grew up in belief systems as small children that told us that we were not good enough, like the preacher that Ernest Holmes got to experience as a child. Now, in our spiritual mind treatment that we teach here as our form of prayer, we recognize that there's only one power, one presence, one mind, and that power is love, and it's all there is. And then the second step of that prayer is unification. We bring those two ideas together and stand in knowing that we're made of God. We're one with the power, And that power, that love, that divine essence is who we are at all times. It's the power that created the Big Bang, that created all of the universe, the oceans, and life forms. And knowing this, what is true and what can be the other, we have to speak as if we know it. And there's knowing, and then there's knowing. There's a beautiful saying, and Wayne Dyer actually introduced, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So we're powerful force of creative energy and love, having multiple experiences simultaneously. Because there's only one, and when we know our connection to Source, our oneness, we literally step into our power. Many years ago, I had an eye-opening experience at a New Year's retreat. I was needing to do a great amount of healing around worthiness. And at this retreat, we did an exercise where we closed our eyes, and in meditation, people whispered loving, beautiful things to the person that was the focus of attention. You've probably been to retreats where they've done this. And so people would say, "You're beautiful just the way you are. You were loved." And so your subconscious accepts them. And the next statement was, "I'm so grateful you were born." And then from somewhere I didn't even know existed, a little voice said, "Oh no, that isn't true. And you are going to die here." And immediately I thought, what in the world are you doing in there? Where did you come from? How is it possible that this belief is deep down inside of me? And that is absolutely not true. In fact, the opposite of this is true. Everyone who comes into this world eventually dies. The universe needed you right now and moved everything to make sure you got here. And heaven and earth was moved to make sure you got here. And then the amazing thing happened when the exercise was over and we went back to our rooms to go to bed. The next morning, my life just moved before my eyes. I saw it flash in an instant about how I accidentally found the book The Science of Mind when I was 12. I saw how I accidentally was invited to the Austin Church of Today, which taught science of mind and unity principles. And by a friend who invited me, who said, "It's for thinking people." And I saw accidentally how I left my job and suddenly had a job working as an administrator of this same church, the Church of Today. So I realized how little accidents had a lot to do with where I'm standing right now. And I felt a wall crumbling down and a flood of love come pouring over me. And that ocean of love has been crashing toward me for years. And many of us have built walls so it can't get to us. But our experience of separation comes from those bricks of belief, from building walls that we didn't even realize were there. And in the timeless wisdom of science of mind, our teachings take a lot of those bricks and toss them away. Like the idea that we're born sinners. Nope, that one doesn't work. Pull that brick out and toss it out. Or love is hard to find. That doesn't work either. Throw it away. In fact, all of our affirmations and science of mind treatments are working to remove those obstacles so that we can have a more complete connection to the one. And I realize that the foundational bricks, when we can get to them and remove them and take the whole wall with it, it's like a tsunami of love. It's like a tsunami of love and power that pours to us. And later we realize that the wall is coming down and we can let our light out when before we couldn't. Love and all the God stuff was trapped behind a wall. And you see, God is yearning to be released, to spread, to grow, to light the universe. And there is only one. And it doesn't get to do that when we have these walls around us. Modern quantum physics talks about a unified field which underlies and connects everything in creation. Who we are is pure consciousness or oneness, pure consciousness that is timeless. And in the oneness, there is no separation between us and our source. John Lennon simplified oneness this way. He said, I am he as you are he, as you are me, and we are all together. Damian Mark Smith says, we are one, we've always been one. We'll always be one until we think we're not. And this is our challenge. We are one, but we think we're separate. We've forgotten our oneness. So as a result of forgetting, we create an illusory world of duality that leads to suffering. So, are we doomed to a life of separation where oneness always remains an elusive dream? No, Science of Mind helps us to live. It gives us an evolutionary vision. And being part of a harmonious community helps us foster the principles of oneness. Community helps us open up to new and different ideas, to dissolve barriers and limiting beliefs, and it can connect us to a sense of oneness. So I've been getting a lot of divine downloads lately, but I'd like to share this affirmation with you. Spirit within me, Spirit that is me, speak to me, sing me, love me, live me. Every wall that I have ever built to hold you back, I now tear down and set you free. So let's say that with me. Spirit within me, Spirit that is me, speak me, sing me, love me, live me. Every wall that I have ever built to hold you back, I now tear down and set you free. So today we're tearing down those walls. We are stepping into our power. We are connecting to the energy and oneness that is our nature, that's our truth. And we're letting that light within us shine brightly to connect with all that is. There's a quote from Rumi that sums this up. Why struggle to open a door between us when the whole wall is an illusion? So what we forget and to remember is that starting with stardust and explosions and moving through evolution of life on this planet, through millions of years of growth on Earth and every life our ancestors lived and survived, through every experience of our great-grandparents, everything of our great-great-grandparents, everything they lived through, everything our parents lived through, for every experience that we have ever had in our lives, every seeming chance encounter, every accident, every joy, every fear, through it all, one energy and all-knowing power was literally moving heaven and earth to bring each and every one of us to this moment in time. For you are a magnificent spiritual force of energy, having multiple earthly experiences, here to realize your purpose, to live your passion, to feel your oneness with all things, and finally, to step into your spiritual power. So, the world needs you. It needs us. Not to hide behind walls of fear and separation, but to finally shine the light of God that we are and tear those walls down. God bless you and Happy New Year. Thank you. So we get to hear this wonderful song, which was written by Jana Stanfield, who came here when she was first starting her career. She came here twice, and I, of course, love her music, but she's over in Nashville, I think, now. And so, amazing things.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, amazing, amazing. You will do
Lovely. Lovely. Thank you, Christina. So it's time for our offering. Would the usher come forward? And we like to say a blessing, which is on the screen and in your program. So together we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is. And so we're going to hear as our offertory, O Juscelin sus, O Juscelin mild. And it's arranged by Dimitri Varelis. So every year at the first Sunday in January, we do a white stone ceremony. And Matthew's going to lead us in the meditation. And do you all have a white stone? Mario has them. If you didn't get them coming in, take one. And you might want to get out a pen and so you can write on it. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to ask Matthew to come up and lead the meditation that will give you the theme for your year.
So welcome. As Mario is passing the stones out, I think there might be some pencils back there too, if anybody needs a pencil. This is a very sacred part of our service, and I'd like to invite you to just settle in. Hold your stone in your hand. Those of you who are in line, feel free to grab a piece of paper and a pencil or pen, or perhaps your journal, and just hold it in your hands as if it's something sacred, as if it's a jewel or a pearl. And let's just allow our eyes to gently close. And as we allow our eyes to close, let's notice our breath. Holding our stone or our paper or our journal. Just notice the breath. And as we pay attention to our breath, we notice how quickly we become still. We notice how quickly our mind begins to quiet. And we're reminded once again that the very breath that we take is the same breath as the entire universe, all enveloped in that beautiful oneness. Let's just allow ourselves to bathe in that oneness for a moment, to just rest in it. Just letting our breath guide us. And what I know is that the past holds no precedent for the future. That this moment right here, right now, is new and fresh. Every single moment is new and fresh. And as we hold our stone or our piece of paper or our journal, and we recognize this truth, let's give ourselves the opportunity to move to that place of openness and receptivity. Just allowing whatever might be there to fall away. Just moving ourselves into alignment with that beautiful open channel that moves through the top of our head right down into every bit of our being. And what I invite you to do in this space, in that flow of consciousness, in that flow of pure oneness and pure potential, that quantum field of all possibilities, just be still and let a phrase, a word, anything that comes to you that represents this year for you, this beautiful, new, fresh year. Allow that to pour in and write it on your stone. Write it in your journal, write it on your piece of paper, whatever you have. Just give yourself the gift right now of embracing that which shows up and writing it. can be one word, it can be a phrase. And once you write that word or that phrase, just put your writing utensil aside and hold that in your hands. And just allow that pure consciousness, that pure love, that pure divine order, that oneness to pour over it, out through your hands, and to illuminate whatever it was you wrote down. And just take that into your heart space and allow it to expand. Allow it to speak to you. Allow it to resonate within you, in every part of your physical being and in your spiritual being. Allow it to be clear in your mind. And now I invite you to just begin returning to the room. And let's just know together that we are grounded, we are confident, we are true to ourselves, and that we are at the threshold of this beautiful new year. And it's a beautiful canvas that awaits our creation. So may you be well, may you be prosperous and happy and in joy. And I just know this for you, and so it is.
Oh, wow. Thank you, sweet spirit, for that. And if you kindly just close your eyes if you care to, knowing that that stone is a divine stone, knowing that stone is your heart, knowing that with every heartbeat, there is something that continues to be healed, to know that with growth that your divine is with you, knowing that the goodness of God is with us, each and every one of us here in this room, at home, and around our community, knowing that it is all so very precious. I know this to be true in my heart of hearts, and as I go about knowing this, I am brave. I am secure in everything I do, and I am open to all things that come my way today, knowing that I am one with Him, knowing that you are one, knowing that if there's anything in your heart and in the space of healing, know that you are not alone, knowing that you can go out, you can reach out to the ones, be it professional, be it a practitioner, be it a minister, be it your deep friends or your partner, knowing you are not alone. Through that, there is healing, there is growth, there is openness to one and all. I am so grateful. My heart is just smiling with gratitude at this time, just full of love, knowing this. I am grateful. Be grateful. Be in awe of everything that you say and do and be. Be there. Be there. I'm so honored to be here, honored to say that these words will not come back to me void. They will not, because they are already in play in the universal awareness. This I know, and I'm so grateful for that. So, sweet spirit, take these words, take them into the hearts of hearts. So with that, I say thank you, and so it is. Namaste.
So let's stand, and I know we can't sing along, but join in consciousness with this. The message of this song is "Stand by Me," and we can all stand and support one another. God bless you for joining us today, and Join us if you're at home. Sing Stand By Me.
Has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me, stand by me. If the sky that we look upon, oh, should tumble and fall, or the mountains crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry. No, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand